Special guest now, and it's lovely to have the guys back in the country. Killed them last night, by the way, at Selena's, about 2,500, which is a big crowd for Selena's. They have had 20 top 20 hits in the UK, and that is rivaled only by the Beatles. The guys from Madness, please, big round of applause. Suggs and Carl. Has the Madness gone out of the band, or is it still there?
No, I think it's still there. I mean, we're still the same people that we were.
But when Mike Barson left, which is what, 84?
Yeah.
It sort of must have thrown you a bit. Was it hard for the group to grab itself together?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very hard. I mean, I don't think it was hard because we never thought anyone would leave the group, and
I fainted, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I fainted, yeah.
But yeah, just because we didn't think we'd ever split up, you know, and
all of a sudden,
all of a sudden we thought maybe we might. Yeah.
You did go into hibernation for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah.
What did you all get up to then? If I can come to you, Carl.
We formed a record company and demoed some acts, and
Who were those acts?
Charm School, Tom Morley.
Fergal Sharkey, did he do
Fergus,
something?
well, yeah, we did a single with Fergal.
But he wasn't like doing demos in there.
No,
that?
well, he did. We did a couple of tracks with him. Released one of the tracks, and then he went on to bigger and better things.
We're talking to Fergal via satellite
Yeah.
for next week's show, so
Oh,
I'll say hello.
Yeah.
And in fact, we're doing it after this show, so if you want to stay around, you can say hello via
Great,
satellite.
yeah.
Are you good mates with him?
Yeah. Well, we've known him since he was in the Undertones, which was they weren't very successful, but they were really popular in England.
It's sort of underground out
Yeah,
here
Right.
too.
really good band. Yeah.
The regular guys sort of did that and formed the record company and everything. Who were the Finke Brothers? Is that something that came out of the record company?
Yeah. The Finke Brothers were me and Carl, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were just going to make a record like those New York dance records. You know?
Yeah.
And we decided to call ourselves another name. And that was another really unsuccessful record on Zarja.
So it came out but didn't do any good.
No.
Okay, can we have a look? I love your clips. We'll have a look at them. I want to come back and chat more, but if we can have a look at just sections or portions thereof of three of them. We start with Baggy Trousers. I just want to ask you, and we'll talk over this, who comes up with the ideas for zany things like that man flying in the air with a saxophone?
Well, we all do, really. But that day we were filming in a school there, and there was a building site across the road, and they just asked if they could use a crane.
So he was
Lee's
actually
idea.
suspended.
Yeah, that was Lee's idea. that one.
Lee likes flying.
Yeah, this was Lee's
Now
idea.
we go into the pool. That was Lee's idea?
That was Chris's idea.
Yeah?
But
Is he still alive?
in England,
Yeah,
actually, a
only
lot of
just.
complaints.
Sorry?
They complained in England about it, actually.
Why did they complain?
Because he took an electric guitar underwater.
Oh, right, it's like someone else, Devo, put a thing in a toaster once. Now this one where you throw a car out of an aeroplane.
This
or a
was really
van.
dangerous. We all had to, jump out the van before it hit the ground and parachute.
Yeah.
Seriously? No, all trick.
No, we weren't in the van, I can
So you
say.
said, what do you do when you're going to make... Because I love this new one for The Sweetest Girl. Do you all sit around and say, hey, this is the theory, or do you have a guy that'll come in and actually, like a producer, director, and say, what about these ideas, guys?
On Sweetest Girl, I think John Mills, the director, he had quite a few ideas of his own. But
Right.
generally, yeah, we just sit around and throw out ideas and go
Come
for
up
the
with,
cheapest ones.
A load of ideas, too many, and then we'll just thin them out to the ones that are possible and not
Gee,
too
they work.
expensive.
It's great, isn't it?
Sometimes, yeah.
This new album is out on your own label too, isn't it?
That's right.
So you've really taken your whole career and you're working it yourselves. And
Destiny, our own trembling.
That's the general idea, yeah.
So what about movies? Will you do another movie?
I don't know. I think when we did the first movie, we spent our own money, which is a big mistake. It's always good to spend someone else's money when get investors.
Right.
'Cause it's so expensive to make a film.
Just take it or leave it. It was sort of like a band getting together and following a life. Sting actually just did one, and he said he was the first one to ever do that form.
Yeah.
But you guys did that years ago, didn't you?
Yeah? What, has he done a feature film?
Yeah, he's got this movie which is showing around
Oh, right,
the
right.
country at the moment. And it shows this latest band of his coming together and
Oh,
writing
right,
this
right.
one,
Yeah, yeah, he
which
filmed
is
it.
sort of along the same lines.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was sort of semi-documentary film of us getting together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really successful as well.
Who's the girl in The Sweetest Girl? Who's the girl that appears in the clip?
Well, it's a long story, but she's a friend of the chap who wrote the song. He's Green from Scrittability.
Right?
And she was supposedly who the song was written about. But she said the song was written about him. He wrote it by himself.
I see. Well, we'll have
I'll say no more.
Great, okay. Green has written a song about himself called The Sweetest Girl. We would like to just quickly mention that the guys are in Shell Harbour tonight. Is it the Workers down there?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're in Melbourne next week. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Beauty. Watch out for them because they are pinging people everywhere. It's just selling out and they're going mad, of course. Madness. Carl and Suggs out of the group. Here they are with the sweetest gold. Thank them one more time for being unsigned. Good on you guys. And welcome again to Australia.